1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, sustain, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, sustain, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round together. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sustain, 4, 3, 2, 1. So continue at your own pace. If you want to, you can lengthen each increment as long as you keep them all the same length. And if you find counting distracting, then you can just tune into your breath and try to keep it, each increment, each segment at the same length. If you get distracted, if your mind wanders, it's perfectly fine. Just call your attention back to the breath. So remember, it's not about how many times you got distracted, but that you caught that moment of awareness and brought yourself back to the practice. If you're seated, try to keep your spine nice and long, shoulders relaxed. Another 45 seconds to go. After you've sustained the breath after the exhalation, just release it, pause for a moment, keeping your eyes closed, allow the breath to flow naturally. And then check in with yourself one more time. Just notice the physical body, any sensations. Just feel if anything has changed about the nature of your breath. And then look at your headspace. Okay, so then open your eyes if you're seated. Bring yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged position ideally. But if you've got any knee issues, you can stay just kneeling or just sit however you can make yourself comfortable. So then extend your right arm out, just stay with the fingertips. And as you inhale, bring the left arm over your head. With the next exhalation, bend to the side. So trying to find as much openness through the left side of the body whilst keeping both sits bones rooted. And begin to deepen the breath, reaching your hand away from you. So really finding that stretch all the way from the left hip to the left fingertips. Begin engaging your core and your pelvic floor muscles. And if you don't feel like anything is happening, it's fine. Just place your awareness there. Have the next breath in, bring yourself back to the center, pause for a moment, and we're switching sides. So inhale, left arm out. You can reach a bit further away from you rather than keep it closed. It's up to you. Then the right arm over the head, biceps by the ear, and with an exhalation, just go with it. Notice where you can feel the stretch on this side. With each breath, imagine as though the spaces between the ribs could open up. And play with the position of your head. Just feel. Allow the body to open up when it's ready to do so. And then breathing in, come back to the center. That already feels really nice. It's like my favorite thing to do when I start practicing the side bends. Okay, then we're twisting to the right, left hand on the right knee. And very gently squeeze your core. Using the left hand as a lever, maybe, if the body is welcoming it, you can deepen the twist. Long through the crown of the head, your hips are relaxed. Bring yourself back to the center. And then exhale, go the other way. So observe how open or tight the other side feels. So we're hardly symmetrical. So it's always just a nice thing to observe how each side responds to a particular movement or posture. So visualize what's happening in the spine. So today's practice mainly focuses on the movement of the spine, and that helps you tune into the inner landscape of your body. So really feeling everything from the inside rather than just, the outer appearances. And then slowly inhaling, bring yourself back to the center. We're going to go through a little flow. Just go with it. Don't worry if you get lost. So inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, turn to the right. Keeping the left hand where it is. Inhale, right arm over the head. And as you exhale, lean on a diagonal. Then bring the right hand on the right knee, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest, and then release the left hand so you can twist to the left. Then inhale, left arm over the head, exhale, lean across. Inhale, left hand down, exhale, round your back. Here we go again. Inhale, twist to the right, exhale, stay. Inhale, right arm over the head, exhale, lean. Inhale, right hand down, exhale, round your back. Inhale, twist to the left, exhale, stay. Inhale, left arm up, exhale, lean. Inhale, left hand down, and round your back. So one more round. Inhale, twist to the right. Then inhale, left arm over, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, right hand down. Exhale, round your back, squeeze your core. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, stay. Breathe in, reach up with the left hand, and exhale, lean. Inhale, left hand down, and exhale, round your back. So then uncross your arms, find length through the spine. You can give your body a little shake. Notice how you feel. Keeping the legs crossed as they are. Lead with your chest and try to fold at the hips. So you may need to reposition the legs, just them, and try to fold as much as your body allows you to. So here, we're still warming up. We're not trying to prove anything or push ourselves. How are your hips doing? Just spend another round of breath here. And then inhale, bring yourself back up. Bring the fingertips or the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back and down, push your chest forward. Reach your chin up, open through the front of your body, and then release. So switch the cross of the legs. We're going to check in with our hips again. So inhale, long spine, lift the spine out of the pelvis, and then as you exhale, see how far you can go. And by saying how far you can go, again, we're not trying to demonstrate how deeply we can fold, just simply where our hips want to go or want us to go. So one cycle of breath here. Try to release through the outer hips. And then inhale, bring yourself back to the center one more time. Hands behind you. Roll the shoulders down. Push the chest. Take a full deep breath into your belly, into your chest. And then exhale, release. So we're going to stay in a cross-legged position, or if you want to, you can come into toe squat, because everyone loves the toe squat, a deep plantar fascia release, especially if you're wearing heels, then this is really good for you. So find where you want to be, make sure that the pinky toes are also down, and then inhale your arms over the head. So try to squeeze the elbows in, and then work on external rotation of the shoulder. So it just took me ages to get and feel what's happening in the body. But essentially, you turn the tricep in, so towards you, and the bicep goes out. So that allows you for that wrapping action of the shoulder blades. So try to do this with both arms. Just have a little play, because that will help you for downward dog and any other arm balances. So even though the most you can see is in the hand, the action is actually happening in the shoulders, so that facilitates that external rotation. So from here, keep the palms facing me, and then clench your fist and then flick your fingers. So now we're going to do this as fast as you can. Keep squeezing the elbows in, corset your ribs, so we've got that deep core engagement, and we're mobilizing the wrists. So that will help prevent any shoulder injuries. And if your arms are fatiguing, it's fine, I can feel it too. Just keep going. Observe the sensations. So that's the hardest part to start accepting, but just because you feel something, that doesn't mean that you have to act on it. So even if you're slowing down, it's fine, just keep going, straight arms, corset your ribs. I'm really hot right now. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Wow, this one just never fails. But it's really good. So not only does it prevent any shoulder injuries, which usually result from the lack of flexibility in the wrist, but then the shoulders get taxed, but it also helps you if you've got weak wrists or if you've had an operation or anything like that. Excellent. Now we can release the feet. I hope that's took your mind off them. So gently pat them. And I'm going to come into a hands and knees plank. So fingers spread wide and press the fingertips together. So Rosie, my Rosie next door, stay here if you can, because this doesn't apply too much pressure on the wrist, and it will help you strengthen this whole energy line. Whereas when we come into high plank, then you can do it on your fists. Okay, so hands and knees plank. Spread your fingers wide and then push the mat away so you can round your upper back. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your core. Squeeze the elbows in and shift your shoulders slightly past your wrists if you can. Don't push it if it doesn't feel good. So feel the connection between the fingertips, the shoulders and the core. And I'm going to stay here for 3, 2, 1, and release. So neutral back. I'm going to come into cat and cow. So as you inhale, drag your chest forward, lift your tailbone up, and find a nice stretch through the front of your throat. And then exhaling around your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. So twice more, breathe in, extend your spine, so release the front of your body. An exhalation, arch it, push the mat away. So one more time, breathe in and breathe out. So release, shake your body out if you want it. And then either hands and knees plank if it felt challenging in any way. If you want to turn it up a notch, you're going to step left and right foot back into high plank. Again, if you want to stay on the fists to take some pressure off your wrists, then it's fine. But if there are no contraindications, then we're staying in high plank. Because after all, in this class, we're building the strength and flexibility. So squeeze your core, push the mat away, and gently tuck your tailbone under. So we're using the whole body to lift up. And I'm going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. And then lift your hips up. You can walk your feet in for downward facing dog. If downward dog isn't accessible, you can just stay on your hands and knees. You can kind of do it on your fists if you want to, or you can do a dolphin. Remember, Laura, you loved dolphin, didn't you? Where you stay on your forearms and then lift the hips up, but whilst it's obviously less taxing on the wrists, it's really hard on the shoulders. Okay, so from downward dog, we're gonna roll forward into plank so you can feel what's happening in the spine. So come onto the balls of your feet, and then as you inhale, round your back, squeeze your core as you come into high plank. So don't worry about the form, it's just a movement here. And then push the mat away, lift the hips up, back into down dog. So twice more. Inhale, roll forward, squeeze your belly. And then exhale, shift the hips up. One more time. Breathe in, roll like a wave. And then exhale, find the strength in your core and settle in your down dog or whatever variation you're going for. Find the external rotation in the shoulders we talked about and press them through the base of your thumbs and the forefingers. And just breathe. Draw your lower belly in. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your legs a lot and clasp the opposite elbow. So then tuck your chin down. And then as you inhale, begin to straighten the legs. Again, don't push it. Talk to your hamstrings. So finding that flexibility, as that's the secret to strength. Allow your upper body to relax. Your head is heavy. Then just shake your head. Yes, yes. No, no. Just to make sure it's loose. Then release your hands, and as you inhale, lift up halfway. So shins, you can be higher up as long as your lower back is straight. Because quite often people, I don't even know how to show it. It's like they're here, and like, cool, I managed to touch the mat, but there is no flat back, and this is what we're going for. So you can be as high as you want to, but just double check with your sacrum. Is there any roundness? If there is, adjust, because then this way you can engage your deep core muscles. So that's the abs, but also the muscles in your back that provide you with that stability. Squeeze your shoulder blades, roll the shoulders back and down, and breathe. So notice what engagement you need in the body. Look down. Your head is the extension of your spine. And then exhale, fold. Bend your legs if you need to. So you're going to come up one more time. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Draw your lower belly in. And either stay here, if you're exploring what's happening in the body. If you feel like you want to try something, then extend your arms out. So strong reach. So it's kind of like you're flying. So now you can probably feel that there's a different energy distribution in the body. So try this with me. Inhale, so you extend your arms out. This is really hard. And then exhale to the sides. Okay, one more for good luck. Inhale and exhale. So breathe in here and exhale, fold. Now bend your legs generously and slowly roll yourself all the way up. So as though you're stacking the vertebrae. So your head is going to come up last. And you're in the mountain pose. So now we're going to reverse this just so you can feel the movement in the spine and how you can literally just roll yourself down, and by feeling each part of the spine. So standing tall, tuck your chin towards your chest, slope your shoulders and reverse the process. So one vertebra at a time, bending the legs where you feel it's appropriate. Come into a forward fold. Once you're there, then you can focus on what am I trying to say? Lengthen the back of the legs. Yes, straighten the legs. That's what I mean. Just got stuck in the loop. And then inhale, lift up halfway, hands on shins. Lift your pelvis, lift your spine out of the pelvis. Bring the hands onto your hips. Strong belly, strong back. Inhale all the way up to standing. Beautiful. So let's go through half sun salutation. So come to the top of your mat if you've got space. Feet together or hip distance apart. Keep some space between your heels. So that should allow for the, proper healthy alignment in your knees. And just try to stand more or less naturally. Roll the shoulders back and down. Squeeze your core. And then inhale, sweep your arms over the head. Look up. So you're trying to reach up to the sky. Grow about 2 inches taller. And then exhale through Anjali Mudra, hands at heart. This time, leading with your chest. You come into a fold, bending legs where appropriate. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lift up halfway. Make sure your lower back is straight. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Okay, let's do it one more. Inhale, extended mountain. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, slowly fold. So make a controlled movement. Inhale, back to half lift, long spine. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, roll all the way up. And exhale, stay. So now we're going to add on. Breathe in, extended mountain. And exhale, slowly calm down. Inhale into half lift. Draw your lower belly in. And then exhale, bend your legs a lot, plant your hands, and one leg at a time, step into down dog, or your variation if you're staying on your fists. So notice any sensations in the back of your head. Bend your legs and roll the sits bones up to find length through the back, and then you can focus on melting the heels down. But it doesn't matter if they reach the mat, as long as you've got that length through the back. And then drop your knees down and step your right foot between the hands. Back foot is flat. And once you've got that stability, then easy come up. So notice if you're wobbly, you might want to walk the right foot slightly off the center line, because that will give you a bit more surface to balance. Well, wherever you are, hands on the knee, and then drag your hips forward and down. So engage your lower abs and allow the body to settle. So breathing deeply, we're giving our body a chance to settle and also induce that relaxation response through the nervous system. So when you hold your breath, you create tension in the body, and especially in postures like this, you don't want any tension because this doesn't feel particularly nice. Well, for me at the moment anyway. So you want to find as much ease and comfort in a way. So either stay here with the hands on the knee or bring the hands at your heart and inhale, reach up for the sky. Look towards your thumbs for a balanced challenge. And then reach your hands even higher. And either stay here or if you feel comfortable, reach your hands forward and up and towards the back of your body for a gentle back bend. Keep sinking your hips down and breathe. So whatever you're experiencing, just tell yourself that everything's fine. And then come back to the center, bring your hands at your heart. It's all good. Bring the fingertips down and begin to slide your hips back, flexing the right foot. So if you can keep the legs straight, it's great. If you can't, it's also great. Just stay where you feel that the back of the body, the belly of the hamstring is being targeted. So you can just stay higher up if that facilitates keeping the legs straight. But for more stability, you might use a couple of blocks or just one block to help keep the spaciousness through the spine, but also you can work with the back of your legs. So just meet yourself where you are. I feel like with hamstrings and quadriceps, it's like they're never relaxed, they're never loose. So I don't know, maybe one day it will change, like 20 years time. Just spend a couple of breaths here and try to lengthen your exhalation if you meet any resistance. And then inhale, bring yourself back to low lunge. Keep the left hand down and reach your right arm up. So coming into a gentle twist. So squeeze your belly, reach your right hand up and see if you can stack the shoulders. Keep pressing the left hand strongly into the mat. And then bring the right hand down. Frame the foot. Step back to all fours. Then left foot between the hands. And it's the same spiel. Find balance, root down through the legs, and when you're ready, come up. So check what this side of your body has got to say, what story it wants to tell. So as I mentioned, we're pretty asymmetrical creatures, but I feel it particularly in the hips. Just one seems to be just a lot more open, the other one is just always tight, and that hasn't changed from even when I first started practicing. But it's okay, this is how we practice and cultivate acceptance, because there are some things that you can't change. You can't be taller, and if you try to rebel, then you're just going to be pissed off, and no one wants that really. So drag your hips forward and down, see if you can release and settle here. So hands rest gently on the knee. It's all good. And then maybe bring the hands to your heart. With an inhalation, reach up. So as though you're lifting the spine out of the pelvis. And either stay here or reach your hands forward, tilt your head back, and then come into a gentle back bend. So focus on lifting the heart up. So we're not sinking the spine to the right leg. Just a little bit more, keep the arms straight. And then inhale back to the center. Exhale, lower the hands down, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, or the half Hanuman pose, half splits. And again, check if you need the block here. Drop the left hip down. Left foot is flexed. Spine is long. So in yoga, we're trying to find that balance between effort and ease. So even when you're trying harder, when you're trying to challenge yourself, your breath is supposed to flow easily. So as you know, it has the voluntary response, so you can use it. You can use the breath as a tool. Just a little bit longer. Keep the spine long. Your lower belly is drawn in. That's it. And then inhale, shift yourself back to low lunge. This time right hand is down. And then lift your left arm up. So draw the left knee in towards the center of your line, center of your body. Notice where you can feel the breath. So the breathing is usually constricted in twists. So that's why you need to work double as hard to make sure it's easeful. And then bring the left hand down, tuck your back toes and step back into down dog or tabletop. I'm going to go through a little vinyasa. So inhale, roll yourself forward into a high plank or on your fists. And exhale, lower down slowly onto your belly. So hands by your low ribs. Press the tops of the feet down. With the next inhalation, roll the shoulders back and down. And with the strength of the muscles in your back and pushing the mat down, you lift up into a cobra. So just stay here. Your shoulders are away from your ears, so pull them down. And then exhale, come back to all fours. So then step your right foot between the hands one more time, low lunge. And inhale, easy, come up. So the right hand goes on the hip this time. And left arm goes up. So like we did in the beginning, you want to reach it as high as you can, so you feel already like the tension through the stretch in the side of the body, and then lean to the side. So that's a really deep stretch for the psoas, the hip flexors. Maybe you can sink the hips down, and maybe you can bring the fingertips down. But don't worry if that doesn't happen. Try to stay connected to your breath. And then inhale, bring yourself back to the center. For the sake of comparison, try it on the other side. Left hand on the hip, right arm up. And this time just be mindful of your balance as you reach the other way. So it's a lot easier, isn't it? And then bring yourself back to the center. Step back to all fours, the other side. Left foot between the hands, whichever way it wants to go. And come up. So sink the hips down. This time left hand on the hip, right arm up. And first of all, reach up for the sky and then lean to the left. Try not to lean forward, but actually find that lateral stretch, so as though you were between two like glass panes. Notice how you feel, any thoughts, and then bring yourself back to the center, switching sides. So reach up, keep the balance, and slowly, gently begin to move the other way. Back to the center, frame the foot into downward dog. Inhale, roll over into plank. Exhale, lower down. Prepare for cobra. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale, open through the chest. Elbows by the sides of your body. Shoulders away from your ears. Another cycle of breath. surrender to whatever you're feeling. And then exhale, this time tuck your toes under and make your way to down dog. And slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold over the legs, bending them if you need to. And then inhale, roll yourself all the way up. This time sweep your hands over your head, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands at heart, Tadasana Samastitihi. Pause here, close your eyes. Keep the hands at your heart. If you can't close your eyes, just lower your gaze, because all the other stuff around you is vying for your attention. So here we want to really bring into the inner experience. So feel what your body's doing, what's required to keep you upright. So seemingly Tadasana is just standing, right? So nothing is happening. But if you spend a good few cycles of breath, then you can explore how all the muscles in your feet and your ankles are trying to stabilize you. So just keep you upright. Feel the movement in your chest, maybe belly, that's associated with your breath. And Tadasana is like coming home. So regardless of how well or not so well you think you did, coming up to here, this is your opportunity to start again. So revisit your intention, why you're here today. And we can go again. So open your eyes. Inhale, bring your arms over the head. This time grab hold of your right wrist. Reach up for the sky, and then as you exhale, lean to the left. Rooting down through the right heel. Find openness through the side of the body. Inhale back to the center, switch hands. And exhale, reach away. Gently draw your lower belly in. And then back to the center, hands to touch. And with an exhalation, slowly fold over the legs into Uttanasana. Inhale into half lift. Brace your core. And then exhale, plant your hands and step into down dog. So settle here. Feel the strength of your body. Lift your sits bones up. And then from here, as you inhale, step your right foot between the hands, or give yourself a helping hand if it doesn't quite want to go this far. And now it's your choice. You can either come into low lunge like we did earlier, or staying with high lunge. Squeeze the legs to the center line, brace your core, and inhaling, come up. So just meet yourself where you are. Sink your hips low and just make sure that the right knee is more or less over the ankle. Push the feet into the mat. And then inhale, hands at heart. Maybe stay here, or breathing in, lift your arms up. So feel as your body may be shaking, trying to keep you upright. Looking towards your thumbs is an added challenge. And then exhale, bring the hands to the center. So now we've got options coming into a twist. So you can do this option with the left hand down, right arm up. Or if you want to, turn towards the right leg. So we're coming into a twist. And then hook your left elbow over the right knee. So try to use your core to come to that. But quite often it's tricky. So you can use your right hand and lift up from the pelvis to hook it over. So this is really hard, don't worry. Maybe bring the hands together. Lengthen through the spine. The back leg is active. I know your thighs are burning, so are mine. Just a little bit longer. And then inhale, release, arms over the head. Exhale into down dog. Stay here or child's pose. So sink your hips down, relax through the shoulders. So it's up to you. Just FYI, down dog is also a resting pose. One day you will appreciate it if you don't just yet. But remember, there's time and place for that. If you want to rock in child's pose, then go for it. Breathe into the back of your heart. Find your breath if you've lost it, and gather a little strength. We've got the other side to do. So with your arms extended, spread your fingers wide, lift up halfway, tuck your toes, and push back into down dog. Settle here for a moment, and then step the left foot between the hands. And again, choose. If you did it the high version on the previous side, I'd probably say try on this side too, but it's your practice, see where you're at. Make sure that the back leg is active and you push the mat away as you lift yourself up. Spend a moment here to ground yourself. So sink your hips low, brace your core. It's all good. Inhale, hands at heart, over the head. Just look up. Stay connected to your breath. And then bring the hands down and either right hand down, left arm up, or we twist towards the left leg. So really squeeze your core to come to here. And then reaching with your right elbow towards the left knee. See if you can hook it. Or give yourself a helping hand. And hands together. See if you can twist to bring them to your heart. Back leg is active. Keep pushing out through the back heel. You can do it. I'm with you. I know it's really hard. The good news is that you get stronger. It doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. And then inhale, unravel. Bring your arms over the head. And exhale, step back into down dog. So one more vinyasa. Inhale into your version of plank. And exhale, come down all the way. Hands by your low ribs. Inhale, push up. Nice stretch for the front of the body. And exhale, tuck your toes into down dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. And inhale, roll up all the way, sweeping the arms over the head. Exhale, Tadasana. So release the body, take the legs out. Find a comfortable standing position. We're going to play with one standing balance. So spread your toes wide and shift your weight onto the left foot, lifting the right heel. And already notice what's happening. How does it feel in the knee and the foot? You know, one leg is dominant over the other, but instead of placing value or like quality on it, just accept it. It's like, okay, this one is a little bit more wobbly today. It's perfectly fine. So then maybe you can tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your core to lift the right knee as high as you can. Then hug it in. Just makes it a little bit easier to balance when you don't have to use your core. Okay, and then let go and see if you can just hold it here with the strength of your abdominal muscles. It's all good. And then gently release. So then left arm over the head. Inhale. And exhale, bring the knee and elbow together. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Find balance. One more time. Breathe in. And gracefully, or as much as you can, exhale. Now release. So what we're going to do is lift the right knee up. Just hold it. And then just hold it with the left hand, however you can, so you don't drop it. And then extend your right arm back. So like we did in the twist, squeeze your belly and maybe you can look towards the right hand or thereabouts. Keep pushing down through the standing leg, and if looking away is too much, for whatever reason, it's fine, don't beat yourself up about it, just look ahead. Then come back to the center, release the leg, give them a little shake. So let's do on the other side. So that's my weaker side. We'll see what it's got to say. So toes spread wide, press down through the outer edges of the foot, and then lift your left knee up. So squeeze your belly, find that pelvic tilt back, so it's just a little bit easier to bring the knee. Hug it in, so just for the sake of comparison. And then release and hold it. How are you feeling? It's all good. And then release. Right arm over the head, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in, up. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And release. So coming up into our twisted version. So left knee up. And first of all, just give it a squeeze. Try to keep your hips level. So we're not here, but you need to use your gluteus medius, that's something I learned, to slide that draw in so your hips are square to the mat. Then switch the hands, so you're just holding the knee with the right hand. However it's comfortable for you. I like to hook my fingers in the knee crease, but my wrist is on top of the knee. And then extend the arm. Keep pushing down through the right foot. Squeeze your belly and slowly begin to turn your chest. So if you're looking to the side, it's great. Maybe you want to challenge yourself. I don't know how I feel about that. Just slowly, bit by bit, bringing the energy to the core. Then inhale, bring yourself back to the center. Exhale, release. So when we start working the hamstrings, we're going to try to do this from this position. So just to give you a heads up that was the easier version when we eventually get there. All right, come down onto your back. Bring the knees towards your chest and just enjoy that. Feel the weight of your body and the back of your head pressing into the mat. Just releasing through the lower back, can rock from sides to sides. Just carefree. You've done all the hard work. You rock. Come to the center, extend your arms out if you're short on space. Keep them in a cactus shape, so the elbows are more or less in line with the shoulders. Keep the lower belly engaged and drop your legs to the side. So try to keep both shoulder blades down and the knees more or less in line, so play with the position to find the spot where it feels good, like it's bringing some release to your lower back. So maybe the knees will be higher and they won't be in line. Maybe they'll be a bit lower. So just play with it. Notice your breath. Then slowly bring yourself back to the center. Gonna go the other way. So gently bring the legs down and pause. Maybe you can look over the left shoulder if that feels like the deepening of the twist, brings you something good. I don't particularly like doing it, but I remember that it felt nice at one point. With your eyes open or closed, visualize what's happening in the spine, so in the pelvis. Just notice any subtle changes between this side and the one we've just done. And then inhale, bring yourself back to the center. Bring the knees towards your chest. And if there's anything else that your body's still craving, then go for it. If you want to come into the final relaxation pose, either stay in constructive rest pose, and knees falling together towards each other, and the legs are bent or legs are extended. Draw your shoulder blades closer towards your hips, so like tuck them underneath your upper back. Close your eyes. Bring your intention to your mind and check in with yourself. After this practice, after some conscious breathing, do you feel more grounded? Do you feel more energized? Do you feel vulnerable? Because in yoga, we target certain areas, like for example, hips, and hips are known to store a lot of tension and emotional tension. So when we start to release that, then a lot of like emotional stuff can come to the surface, which sometimes feels like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like you've got it off your chest. And sometimes, the amount of times I cried and be like, this meant is supposed to make me feel good. What's going on? But that's the safe space for you to experience all that there is. So give yourself permission to feel, to breathe, to be, knowing you don't need to do anything else but just do that. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to tend to anyone. So savor each breath, savor each moment of this relaxation, knowing that you're giving your body a chance to integrate everything you've practiced. Start taking deeper, more conscious breaths in, bringing your awareness back into your physical body and your surroundings. Invite some movement into the body. So you can wiggle your toes, your fingers, turn your head from side to side, whatever feels kind of natural and like instinctive. When you're ready, roll over onto one side with your legs bent, using your arm as a pillow. And moving slowly, just take a moment to connect to your body. Notice how it feels now compared to the beginning of the practice. We're not trying to make anything happen, or we're not looking for anything extraordinary. Just simply you might feel like, oh, my shoulder feels different. Then bring yourself back into a comfortable seat. And if you'd like to share the final chant, Om, then you can unmute yourself. If you don't, it's fine. You can just stay and observe. So whilst I never used to do it when I first started teaching, because I thought it was weird and it was like, just one of the stuff that everyone else but me would do, it's a nice way to connect with the people you have practiced and kind of honor the tradition of yoga. And the sound Om is thought to be the universal vibration that helps us bring us home. So close your eyes, bring the hands at your heart. You want to take one breath in together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And then we'll inhale to Om. So pause for a moment. Just bathe in those vibrations, just feeling deeply connected and at peace. And all that was achieved through some mindful movement and conscious breathing. And open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me. You're amazing. Namaste. Which means the light in me sees and honors the light in you. So if you have any questions, I'll stay for a little bit longer. I would like to invite you to come to the intermediate/advanced class on Thursday, if you can. And you know that if you ever need me, right at the end of the Instagram or Facebook or whatever. So if any questions do come up afterwards, then feel free to check in, or if anything was unclear. Okay? Everyone's really quiet today. Well, in this case, thank you very much for being here. You're amazing, and have a great evening and have a good day. Jack and Rosie, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Okay, much love. Mwah.
Thank you, Magda.
You're very welcome. See you soon.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.